Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Stuntmaster Reviews, and today I'm here to review the new Netflix film, Polar. So Polar follows Mads Mikkelsen as an aging assassin, and he's retiring from his assassination firm, and all he wants to do is just chill out in the middle of the woods. But unfortunately, his firm is out to get him, and we get Mads Mikkelsen doing John Wick-esque things. At least for, the last half of the film. So Polar is an interesting film because just like the title, it's very inconsistent. It's all over the place in tone. And sometimes it feels rushed, sometimes the film feels a little bit slower than it should. I didn't have fun with it, to some extent, but this is just a really messy film overall. The acting across the board is very mediocre aside from one side character, and Mads Mikkelsen feels like he's an entirely different film. He leaves everything out there, and he always does that with his work. The cinematography feels very artificial and oversaturated, which works to the tone of the film sometimes, but some shots don't look quite as good, and they kind of look like they were shot at some Netflix studio and with green screen, and didn't look as convincing as it could have either. The music is actually one of my favorite parts of the film. It sounds like it was made by Trent Reznor. I'm pretty sure he had nothing to do with it, but I kind of like those synthy tones, and the film did a good job of making a soundtrack that complemented its weird tone. The action in this film is good when it's there. It's not as good as something like John Wick that has a lot of excellent choreography, but it is snazzy and stylish to an extent, and you can tell that Mads Mikkelsen is definitely doing his own thing, and there are definitely some great moments, although none of it is as good as what it's trying to be, which is essentially John Wick. In terms of the problems I had with the movie, like I said earlier, the film has some really awkward pacing. Sometimes for the first hour of the film, it goes by really slow, and then it just literally shoots through its second act in like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we go straight to the finale. So it's like, I'm not sure if I'm totally on board with that. Also, some of the acting besides Mads Mikkelsen is very cheesy and overdone. I felt that some of the characters were unnecessary and way too comic booky. I think this was inspired by a Dark Horse comic. That being said, it just didn't complement the film itself very well. A great example of how to do that right is Sin City, and it kind of knows what it is from the get-go. This film tries to be too many different things at once. That's my third complaint with the film. Sometimes it's just trying to be a dumb, fun, kill-em-all action movie, and sometimes it's trying to be something deeper and explore Mads Mikkelsen's assassination life and shows that he's a tormented character in some scenes, but then immediately goes back to just killing people mindlessly. And I had to say, I really enjoyed some of the more character-focused moments of this film, and I wish that there were more of them, and I wish that that was more of the driving point for this film. But overall, it's just kind of hampered down by some mediocre acting, weird pacing, some awkward Netflixy visuals, and just a tone that is literally, Katy Perry hot and cold. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Polar a 2 out of 5 stars. If you're just looking for something fun to watch on Netflix, it's certainly, worth your time if you like action movies. But there are better things to watch out there, and definitely some of the violence is so extreme to some point. At some points, it will definitely leave a bad taste in some people's mouths, and they're not going to like that. So guys, how'd you like the review? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please let me know in the comments. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. You can also buy our merch at cafepress.com/Stuntmasters. I'm Jonathan from Stuntmaster Reviews. Have an excellent day.